Right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash, the honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit, and the sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to you, Akim, across the four corners of the earth that are pushing this knowledge and truth and in sincerity. This is the Brother Barzal from the GMS Arizona Camp, Lord's will, with another quick lesson edified through the Holy Spirit unto you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the true children of Israel according to the scriptures and according to the prophecy. Shalom. I was listening to this video here. I'm going to play a few minutes of it. And as I was listening, just the mindset of this guy here in the purple, Chico Bean. He is a comedian that he runs with, you know, some other comedians, Carlos Miller and DC Young Fly. They got a popular YouTube channel by the name of 85 South. They got the 85 South Show podcast. You know, they go on tour and do their comedy show and all that. But his mindset, as he's telling the story of this popular, this other popular comedian, and now she's co-host on the Breakfast Club radio show, you know, with DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God. Just hilarious. He was telling the story where basically she was trying to throw him in the box while she had a man, and he turned it down, only for her to, you know, call him gay because he didn't want to deal with a woman that already had a man. You see, and this just goes to show you the mindset of the women in these times, and the mindset of a real man that has a level of control, a level of honor and integrity, knowing that there ain't nothing good that can come out of dealing with a woman that already got somebody, you know, pursuant to the scriptures. And that's the spirit that used to dwell within Jake, you know, because our law, statutes, and commandments, you know, has established this as adultery. You know, if a man lay down with a woman that is already betrothed, or, you know, that already has a man, basically, then you've committed adultery, and adultery was punishable by death. You see, so it's refreshing to hear, you know, a man actually stand on business, like doing things the right way. You know, ain't willing to take every woman that's willing to give it up, regardless of her circumstance. You know, he just want to deal with a single woman, you know, a woman that's actually available. And I respect that, you know, I respect that, and it's refreshing to hear. So let's play a little bit of the clip. Fair use. I'm just using this for informational purposes only. We'll play a little bit of the clip. Let me speed it up because we got to do this quick, man. I'm you know, headed to the plantation or whatever. But yeah, listen up.
Online I seen you and Jess Hilarious was almost in a relationship.
No,
is that
I ain't
true?
seen no shit like that.
That's what I seen.
You
man.
ain't seen nothing like that.
He said you and Jess Hilarious got into some kind of situation.
Or his Wendy Williams. Looney Williams. That's your name for that question.
They say,
you ain't seen no
look,
shit.
I promise you, I looked it up and he said,
what
okay, go ahead,
happened
explain, clarify.
What happened was when I went on the Breakfast Club, she talked about when she was trying to get with me, and I wasn't giving her no action because she had a man. I don't understand why you coming at me like that. Like, what is it that you're basing? No.
He was scared.
He was scared. What was I scared of?
I don't know.
What was I scared of? Tell me what I was scared of.
Well, everybody even ain't scared. He just wasn't with it. Like, when I first got the Wild 'N Out, I was like, oh my gosh, I like this nigga. He quiet and shit. Like, he ain't all over the place. Like, you know, he ain't wildin'.
Picking and killing.
That wasn't me that when I first got there. That was a later game. Yeah, so I tried to throw some game on him. But he was like, oh, don't you have a boyfriend? I'm like, who the fuck be worried about that? My boyfriend, he wasn't that type of nigga. So that's the thing.
What type of nigga was he?
That's why, yeah, I did. That's why I was going that chick. I'm like, okay, now you cool. You know
He
what I'm
quiet, he low.
Right. But he really, like, funny, like, he down to earth. I'm like, all right, cool. So I told him that I broke up with him. I'm like, saying, like, what's up now? He was like, you didn't break up with him. Like, no, you didn't. And I didn't, but I'm like, this nigga gay. Like, how you not?
You see how fucked up that is? You see that fucked up? Just because you don't want that pussy, I don't want nothing. And I don't play them games. Try to keep you about that. You about that.
But sure.
I'm not, nah, you gotta. And she was still trying to throw it, and I was like, get the fuck on somewhere, you gotta do.
And one thing I observed in that clip, because that was a clip from the actual Breakfast Club interview, where she talked about how she was trying to throw it at Chico, and he turned her down. And what I noticed is, because he knew that she had a man, then she came back and lied and said she didn't. She said that they broke up, even though they didn't break up. You see, and that's why there's so much adultery running rampant into you brothers. Got to be very careful dealing with these women, man, because they'll get your ass in a situation because of their lies. They'll lie and they'll say that they ain't got no man when they know damn well they do. So it's up to us to use wisdom and use prudence and do our research. That's what he goes into, man. He's like, if any man get into a situation like that, it's on them, because you should have did your research, man. You know, and we ain't got no excuse. Hey, you know, all these bitches on social media, all of them on Facebook, all of them on Instagram, go and check their pages. You know, go do your research. Look for the clues, man, because these bitches ain't gonna tell you straight up whether or not they dealing with a man. You know, you gonna go to the crib after you listen to the bitch. You gonna go to her crib, and then you gonna be met with some angry man on the other side of the door knocking, trying to get in. Then your ass is stuck in there in a whole situation that you didn't even know. You know, you don't even know what's happening. You know, that's why you got to be careful. Let me get a few scriptures, man. This is Sirach 25 and 17. Man, you can, you know. Let me I'm gonna start at verse 13. Salaki, 1 second. Sirach 25 and 13, it says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. That's straight out wicked for her just to throw, you know, get some pipe from another man, will sit there and lie and act like she ain't got a man at home so she can do it. It says, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. There is no head above the head of the serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy. I would rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. You know? You imagine a bitch running around town and getting dug out by these other men, then she come home and slide in the bed and cuddle with you. You don't want to keep house with a woman that can move with that level of wickedness. It says, verse 17, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth, it shall sigh. He shall sigh, and when he heareth it, it shall sigh bitterly. So he's gonna just, man, be shamed when he go into a particular room and everybody looking at him, whispering and laughing and mocking. Like, man, oh, he with that chick that we bust down last night, or you know, damn, she been ran through. You know, he the only one in the dark and don't know. You know, because majority of these women they're whores, they're liars, they're adulterers, and they're whores. And it's a whole lot of sipping ass niggas that won't stand up and tell a bitch no because they so thirsty. You know, where these bitches have the access and the liberty to do all these things, man, without consequence, man. I'd rather take the insults from a woman like this man did on live radio, where she basically called him gay. I'd rather take them insults, man, than fucking jeopardize my life sleeping with a woman that already dealing with a man. You know, let's go to Sirach 26. Then we're gonna get back to the video. One second. Let me see. What's the scripture? Baba Kashah, give me a moment. I'm gonna get this right here. This is Sirach 26 and 9. Sirach 26 and 9. 1 second. Sirach 26 and 9. It says the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. Now, if you really look up that interview and look at Just Hilarious, man, she got the weave, she got the fucking makeup, she got them long ass lashes. She fit the profile, you see. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Can't get these women, too much freedom. You know, now, Just Hilarious, she's starting to garner some fame. She's going out, traveling, touring, doing these comedy shows. Now she's on the Wild 'N Out show, and what is she doing now with that freedom? She in there while she's supposed to be working and she choosing. Okay, and that's what these women do. Verse 11, it says, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. You can't be surprised, because this is inside of these women to lie and lay down with these men when they get opportunity. Okay, as soon as they get a moment alone, the first thing they doing is trying to figure out where to ride at. And this don't apply to all women, but a lot of them, especially in this American society where everything is turned upside down and there's no morals, there's no integrity, there's no trust, there's no sincerity. Okay, so this is the result. Got these, marriage and is a failed institution. Divorce is at an all-time high, and mainly it's initiated by the woman. Because she want liberty to be able to hop from rod to rod, like Elder Malcolm would say, that cock carousel. This is verse 12. It says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. See, by every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. She'll lay down with as many men as she can. She'll open her mouth for as many men as she can, as soon as she got liberty. You see, and that's why you gotta keep them women close, man. Know what's going on with them, man. You can't just give your trust to everybody. These women when women hurt you and break you down, bro. Her man, meanwhile, had no idea any of this was going on. While she's trying to throw that thing at other men. But this dude stayed no business and turned it down. So let's watch a little bit more of the video.
Still trying to throw it, and I was like, get the ball somewhere. You got to do. And she was like, well, this is gay. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beef that gets.
She said this. Oh, yeah, you. She said you were gay.
I had to be gay because I didn't want to fuck with her.
What?
So that was the dialogue that we had. But you know what I'm saying? That was where that came from. But yeah, I don't play them type of games, man.
Yeah.
And I'm, I treat my dick like I treat my social security number. I'm real selective.
Everybody can't get that.
Everybody can't get. You get to give it to the wrong. Your life up.
Lord have mercy. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You're through. So when you got a man, I ain't playing them type of games because this going. You think whatever. You know what I'm saying? He show up and you never know. And I ain't willing to take that risk.
Nah, it ain't worth the risk.
No matter how good your is, it ain't worth what I'm gonna have to do to this person or what he gonna try to do to me in order for me to get it. It's too many of them out here.
Yeah.
And that's where that came from. But Jess, man, I love Jess, man. Jess was, talking as we always do. Like that's one of the people that, as a peer, that I respect. And then we got that DC Baltimore thing that we always go back and forth about. But that's what that was. Like, I wasn't going.
That's pretty funny though. Yeah, me neither though. I don't want to be involved with that either. It's too high risk. It's too high risk. It's too high risk. It's too high risk.
Can legally damn near you by
and then say he went crazy. Like I was legally insane. Yeah, for real, for real.
Playing like that, like get the phone. Like you know what I'm saying?
That's another point. These are the scriptures, man. It said like a nigga can kill you and say that they went crazy. You know, like they went insane. And that's the scriptures, bro. You know, they bust in the house. You know, they thought they woman was, you know, cleaning up and all that, and she getting dug out in a house that he paid for, and then they fucking black out. You know, they'll kill you. A man, that rage and that anger that a man will feel will have him do some shit and think about the consequences after. You know, this is Proverbs 6 and 31. It says, but if he be found, he shall. That's not what I want. I want verse 32. Proverbs 6 and 32. It says, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. All right? See, that's the anger that they just described in the video. When a man, he'll bust in and see somebody dealing with his woman, he'll kill you and he'll kill the woman. You know, in a display of rage, just completely black out. You know, go crazy, go insane, like they said in the video. Okay, 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Man, when that jealousy, you know, comes into play, ain't nobody that can stop that man. You know, he gonna be in kill mode. He gonna want someone else to feel the pain that he felt when he discovered that his woman was dealing with another man. That's a jealousy and a rage like no other. Verse 35, it says, he will not regard any ransom. You ain't gonna be able to pay him off. You ain't gonna be able to bribe him to stop. You know, you ain't gonna be able to bribe him to stop. He gonna just black out, go crazy. It says, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. Right? So you ain't gonna be able to pay a man off, man. He gonna want blood. He gonna want pain. You know, that's the only way for him to soothe that hurt that he's feeling. See? So, you know, that's pretty much it, man. You know, it's refreshing to hear somebody say, look, man, you know, fuck your pussy. You know, I don't want it. You can have it. You got a man, deal with that man. You know, if you're a single woman, then come holler at me. But I'm not willing to take the risk of dealing with a woman that has a man where I can get myself in a situation where I'm dealing with a man in a jealous rage. You know, and that's wisdom, that's prudence, you know, and that's the mindset and the mentality that we must have. You know, we've been in this truth. We ain't coming near a woman that already got somebody, man. We know what that is. We know the fear of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. So that ain't even an option. But, you know, it also is a you know, admonition to brothers to deal wisely with the woman. You know, bros that are out there, you know, moving around, you know, and on social media and meeting up with these women, bro, move and deal wisely. You know, because they're liars And you can find yourself in a situation, man, if you don't do your homework. Do your homework on these women. Don't believe what the fuck they say and what come out of their mouth, man. So with that, hey, Lord willing, you were edified. I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, at great millstone, and peace to the hopeful elect. Until next time, shalom.